Okay there. All right, backyard Eden gardening. It is now April the 26th on a Sunday, and we got a few things growing here. Those are all kale plants. There are a few lettuces that came up from last year, and there's one kale plant that fell down. And you just got to go out here and finish cleaning up the weeds. If you don't get the weeds out of the garden, they can take over. My wife went and bought some other plants. She bought some squash. You see right there, those are, what do you call them, straight neck squash. One thing I noticed, and you'll notice too, that it's very dry. And the topsoil that I had laid down over the years, they were all washed away, eroded away. That's a watermelon plant right there. That's another one right there. That's another one right there. Those are old lettuces that came back from last year. Those three right there. Squash, squash, peppers, peppers, peppers. There's a tomato plant, tomato plant. No, that's a pepper. Squash, squash up there. So, got some cleaning up to do out here. And but this is the kale plant. See it? It'll flower, it'll bloom out, and then these little seedlings here. You can't see that one right here. And there may be 5 or 10, 15 seeds in there. Can't quite see it, but it'll continue to grow. I'm going to stand it up. It had fallen down, so I'll stand it up, and there we are. This is the update. I'm just walking around out here to take a look at. This is a lettuce, so this will seed out as well. So these little things, they bud out, and they will drop some seeds, and they'll come back next year. But I had some seeds from last year, and I just threw these out here. I need to separate them. And it's so dry, so I have to get out here and water it. There's nothing like the water from heaven. So this is another kale plant right here, and it is seeding out as well. Here's another one, doing the same thing. Of course, you notice my grass. I want to show you my grass. I worked on that for 3 years in a row, and it is just a different type of soil back here. And that's one thing you have to do. You can have the right seed, you can have the rain, you have the sunshine. But if you try to grow in sand, you have some difficulty, a lot of difficulty. So this is a type of soil that you have to have really a topsoil to mix it in very good and probably carve out a little section. I may do that and put a border around it, like this border around it, my garden. But that's the grass. Look at it. It's all sparsely, rather sparse, and tried everything. Tried, of course, it's the 26th of April, and it just sparsely, very sparse. So I got to work on that. That's my garden from a view, from a distance. I guess that's about maybe 20 by 30. So I'll work on it. That's my pastime. I like doing that. And it's very therapeutic. So you have a little area in the backyard, try growing something. Or maybe get your pot. You may not have as much space. You're in the city, or you're in an apartment, condo, or maybe you have the land, but you just not tried it. You just want to do something. See how dry this is? It's very dry. It's almost as if though the ground is just really soaking up the water. The ground is hot, and here it's going to be a very, very warm or unusually hot summer, and we have to prepare for those things as well. So just want to give you an update. It's Dennis from Backyard Eden Gardening, and we got a lot of work here, not just in the garden, but all over. Those little weeds, all those are weeds. I did all I could to straighten this out, but it's just those are very hardy weeds, very hardy weeds. All this was grass. Now I had some ryegrass out here one year, and it was just like a football field, but it dies every year. In fact, I got several bags in the house, and I could probably put that out here, but it's going to die as soon as it get hot. We went to Florida last year on vacation, came back, it just burnt up. So it's amazing how that works. There's a rose bush up there, and plum tree right there. I cut down a plum tree in the front of the yard because it was underneath a power line. I didn't think about that when it was growing, but there's an apple tree in the foreground. See if I can get it. Oops, come on. Try to get the apple tree. Right there, that's the apple tree. I think it had one apple on it. We planted a peach tree last year too, but a couple of years ago. And it was a lemon tree, I forget. But it didn't last. We don't know what that is right there. Is that a peach tree? I don't know. We'll see this year. But that's the area of the garden. See how red all the topsoil over the past few years washed away. And so you have to do what you can. You know, when God placed Adam in the garden, he said you ought to care for that garden. You ought to take care of it. You ought to manage it. You ought to protect it. You ought to guard it. And that's what we have to do as well. Our lives are like a garden. Things will grow up. We will have radio, television, social media, all these things pushing stuff into our minds and our hearts. And you have to fight to get it out. So, anyway, that's the update. That's the area there that I'm working with. My neighbor across the fence there, he has chickens. You may hear them in the background. Take care. Hope you all have happy gardening.